Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel. Happy anniversary everyone. I just watched the concert earlier for Honkai Star Rail. At least at the time of the recording, it's like the 1st of May. God, that was so good. I would highly recommend it if you really like the Honkai Star Rail music. They've done such a really good job with it. But yeah, I guess it's been a year. I've been playing this game since the beginning. I think I missed maybe a couple of days for a whole year. God damn. You know, queuing the Aware beam is like, oof, I've been playing every day. I guess it's not that bad with Honkai Star Rail. It doesn't take that much to do the dailies and everything. Which is nice for someone who's quite busy like myself. But yeah, so I remember I was going around on YouTube and I saw someone doing a, you know, an account review. Not an account review, it's like a summary of the account. It's like, where is the account at this point after 1 year? And I'll try to credit the person. I didn't watch the video, I just saw the title and I liked the idea. But I'll try to go back and find the video and, you know, like give it credit. And I'm gonna try to do this in one take. I'm not gonna do any, you know, particular editing or anything like that. So I hope I don't stumble upon my words. Okay, there you go. I just did. But I'm just gonna go through the account, just talk about things that I have, things that I spent money on and stuff like that. I'm by no means a free-to-play player, but I'm not like a whale either. So I guess that we can start there. So what I spent my money on since the beginning of the game is I got this pass every month. No, like I didn't skip any month. I think when it comes to the paid options, this is your best bang for the buck. I recommend it for someone who, like, if you have the funds and you're considering spending, if you're gonna spend on anything, this is where you can spend, I think, in my opinion. I also got in every patch the battle pass that does give a substantial amount of resources, especially early on. Like now I think you can get away with not having the battle pass, but if you want to build multiple characters and stuff, it's really rough to build without a battle pass. Like I made a free-to-play account recently just for another video, and damn, like I'm strapped on resources. Like they do give you a lot of resources, like money you're not gonna run out of, but like the books and all of that stuff you're gonna run out of really quickly. I of course every month I do get these passes. I highly recommend it. Just a quick tip on that. I mean, most people probably do that, but yeah, I don't spend this resource on anything else. I did at the beginning, but I try to keep it to a minimum because I know, like, at least knowing from Genshin, these run out quickly if you don't pull often. But yeah, when it comes to the bundles, again, I always say it, please spend responsibly. Don't. This is such a scam. I'll go ahead and say it. It's such a scam, dude. It's so expensive. Like, and even if, like, with the bonus, because you only get this bonus the first time, right? Like, even with the bonus, like, this gives you what? Like, I remember doing the calc, but like, I think this gives you less than 100 pulls. So because this is like somewhere around 13k ish. I mean, they do the numbers like this to confuse you even more, but I think it's around 13k, which is less than 100 pulls. I think that's probably guaranteed 5-star, and it's not even like a guaranteed, oh, you get the featured character. No. If you lose the 50-50, your $100 is gone. And this bonus is only for the first time. So after that, you're paying $100 for, I think, around 7k. I think you still get a small bonus, but oh my god, it's not worth it. However, I'm a bit hypocritical when I say that. I did spend on these bundles a little bit because I can afford it. Let me just preface that I can afford it. But even then, I don't feel good doing it, like every time, dude. I think I got this one once, this one once, and this one once. So you do the math. With every month I spend like $5 on this, and I mean, every patch is like 1.5 months. And so each 1 month and a half I do get the battle pass. So yeah, if someone wants to do the math for that, I don't want to do it so I don't feel bad for myself. It's like ignorance is bliss, as they say. But yeah, that's like the spending that I've done so far. So now let's move on to the characters. So when it comes to characters, I have nearly every featured 5-star except for a couple. I think I don't have like I'll show you like a quick glance on the characters that I have. I think these are like all of the featured 5 stars at the beginning. I don't have Imbibralune, I don't have Huohuo, I don't have Aventurine, and I don't have Jingyuan. Those are the ones that I haven't gone for different reasons. I think for Jingyuan is like, I already had Seele, and at that point you didn't need more than 2 DPSs, but then I kind of needed a DPS, but I didn't go for him because of the whole, I don't know, like I didn't have the funds early on, and I didn't want to spend as much, and I know Kafka was coming and all of that stuff, and I liked Blade more, so there was like a lot of reasons. And in Bibilune, I like him, but his design is kind of eh. He's strong, but like I didn't really like his design. And again, like I prefer the female characters for the most part. I'm not gonna pretend that's not the case, but like I really liked Blade, for example. Let's not talk about this one though. This one, I'll be honest, this one was a mistake. I fell for the trap of trying to go for a 4-star, even though I know I shouldn't. I just really wanted Honey, even though I didn't build her, but like I could see 2 reasons for me to go for her, but you know, like I was weak. Let me just say that. But yeah, putting that aside, so the characters that I have are all, at least the featured 5 stars. Just I'm gonna really quick show, but like all of them are E0. This guy's standard banner, so it doesn't count. E0, even Bronya. I'm considering getting here E1 with the, you know, with the selection thing, but I kind of want to have Clara as well. So I've been waiting to either get Clara or E1 Bronya from either standard banner or maybe potentially losing a 50-50. Maybe whenever I'm gonna do the Robin pulls, if I lose the 50, like whatever is gonna come out of that, I'll probably then select Clara, I'll be honest. Just because it gives me another character to play with, and I prefer that over like making a character stronger. I did talk about it before in a different video, but like I think E1 is more worth it especially if you're free to play and you rely on Bronya quite a bit. But again, like I generally go for fun factor more than viability, I'll be honest. I mean, for me it's a combination of both. It's like if the character is viable, it boosts my liking to them. Like I don't want to also get a character that I like, but they're just dead in the water. They're not gonna do anything. Kind of happened with Genshin as well, but yeah. Showcasing the characters, as I said, like all of them are E0. When it comes to the 4 stars, these are the ones that I have. Most of them are E6 except for Guadnaifen. Damn, she's still at E5. I haven't gotten any copy of Herda from the banner. God damn. But yeah, E1, Pella E6, E5, E6, 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 E3, E5, interesting. E6, E1. Again, I got super unlucky with Hania. And then the opposite was with, what's her face? I got her at E6 from the first banner she was introduced in. Yeah, because I got super unlucky with Locha. Damn, I still at EU2 with Asta, interesting. And then of course these characters, but yeah, just to kind of showcase some of my better built characters, if you will, like my Kafka is decent, my Black Swan is decent, Locha is aight. He could be better when it comes to attack, but speed is alright and everything else. I'm still kind of building passively my Acheron. Like I don't like her speed, but the ratios are alright. So one of my best built characters, like my Fushuan has, okay, I need to show this piece, but like this piece is insane. Like let me just say this, okay? Like this piece is insane. Like I think I have it at OP when it comes to the relic scorer, but yeah, the only OP piece that I have. When it comes to Silverwolf, I kind of switched recently to, I used to have her more DPS oriented. Now she's more like a support in my eyes. Like I still need to change some pieces. I think I have this piece as, quantum damage boost. I think I can definitely go with a sustain piece, like an HP or defense. But for now, this works. And I need to also build her a broken keel set. If I'm not gonna use her within mono quantum, but yeah, that's a whole different story. Welt, some of the characters are not built, by the way, especially since I do shuffle some of the pieces between characters. But yeah, this is my Sparkle. I do have her at like hyper speed, but I've been recently contemplating switching her to be speed tuned with Bronya. My Bronya is 135. I kind of want my Sparkle to be 134. Maybe get Bronya to 136 and have Sparkle at 135, and whatever DPS would be like at 138 plus. The reason why I don't say 137 is because I do have the full speed set on one of them. Which means, you know how it is, right? Like you get the speed boost, and the speed boost is based on the base speed. So if it's like a slow character like Blade, then Bronya would go first instead of Blade, and it messes up the speed tuning. But yeah, small rant there, but yeah. My Ruanmei also, I need to change how she's built. She's at 160 speed. Not on purpose, like I just build random pieces, not random pieces, but like I put some good pieces on her, and she ended up with a lot of speed, which I don't need. And I'm lacking a little bit on break effect. I think she needs like at least 180 plus, and I think I have her, at 154. It's not great. I should definitely lower her speed and give her more break effect. Bronya, again, she was like my main support character for the longest time. And this is like with me kind of, mixing and matching some of her pieces with Sparkles. But yeah, like Sparkle, needs way more crit damage, way less speed. That's where we're at. This guy, again, I don't have the correct light cone on him right now because I switch it between him and QQ. But some of his pieces are alright. This is one of the characters that I need to invest a little bit more in. But you know how it is, right? Like if you build with multiple characters, it's really hard to, you keep switching like the pieces between them. But yeah, see, like even these are still at level 12. Like she's not fully built. Ratio I've been focusing on recently because I want to use him with Topaz. But again, like I'm not, like this set I've been super unlucky with the follow-up set, and again, like I'm not trying to build a full follow-up set because it doesn't work very well with Ratio since most of his hit count is super low. But I'm trying to go 2 pieces, like 2 this set, I forgot what it's called, Pioneer set, and 2 of the Duke set. So yeah, but yeah, I'm in the process of building him. Topaz. I've been farming this set for so long, and I still have like not mid pieces. Like they're okay pieces, but they can definitely be better. And her ornaments are not the best right now. Like the ornaments could definitely be better. So I'm gonna be farming for her soon. But yeah. Then we have Zele. Now Zele, I switch her pieces with QQ quite often because I use her and QQ mostly in mono quantum teams, or maybe like sometimes for Zele in hyper carry. But the content hasn't been super oriented for Zele. I still like her design. Still one of the best designs in my opinion in the game. But yeah. Queen Jingliu. I recently, like literally today, like I just gave her last good piece, which is this one. Look at this beauty. But yeah, I finally got her the ice set. I used to run like 2 attack sets on her, which was, yeah, had like 4,300 or something attack on her, and add to that the Fall of Aeon. Yeah, I was how do you say it? I had too much attack. Like it reached the point of diminishing returns. Now, Mr. Blade, I need to farm for Blade a little bit. I kind of had him at this with the same set for a long time now, but I think I need to rearrange some of his pieces to give him more crit damage. But yeah, he's been such a consistent DPS in my account. I haven't been using him quite often recently, though, I'll be honest. But yeah, such a solid unit. Not a lot of people talk about Blade. He's such a really good unit. Low maintenance as well. It's like he doesn't require a lot of SP and all of that stuff. And now we're starting to get like to the characters that I use less. Well, except for Pela. I still have her at 70 for whatever reason, but I do use her quite often. Like, she's one of my you know, better built characters, I would say. I do have like two pieces on her with that set. And of course QQ's one of the the only 4-star DPS I think that I still use. Well, I'll say I still use. I actually built her very recently, even though I had her at E6 for the longest time. But this is not her actual stats. Like as I said, like I switch her pieces. Well, it used to be Zele's pieces, but I switched between these two, those good pieces. But I need to build more quantum pieces because it's such a good set. More generic than people think. Well, I guess most people know that, but yeah. I used to use Gunaifen on the Dots teams, but not anymore. She's missing a piece, interesting. But yeah, she's just on the bench right now. Tinyon I still use. But like I do use her, but like I do have a lot of support characters on my account now, so she's starting to see less and less use, especially with Robin coming. She's gonna be used even less, I would say. But yeah, Herda I built recently for, well, I say recently, a couple of months ago for Pure Fiction. Such a good unit. I'm still also kind of passively building her, like. She's still lower investment right now. Like I just threw some decent pieces on her and moved on. Like whatever leftover pieces from Topaz, pretty much. Like literally that's what happened, is like, oh, these used to be on Topaz, look at this. And then I just, you know what, it's an alright piece that I can use on her. And I'm taking a lot of liberty by saying alright, as you can see. But yeah. But yeah, other than that, I think now we've reached the point where these are not built, except for Pela, as I said, because I do use her quite a bit. But these, yeah, I give up on these guys for a while now. But yeah, those are like the characters that I have built. Now, I'm gonna segue really quickly to characters that I haven't been using often, and I do want to use more. I think Blade kind of has taken a step back recently. I don't use him as often. I want to use him more. Topaz, but now that I'm building Ratio and Topaz at the same time, yeah, like I'm gonna be using them quite like more often. Other than that, I think when it comes to the 5 stars at least, sorry, the 4 stars, I do want to build Shu Yi. I think she's good. She's such a, like, she's a nice unit. I just don't have her at higher Eidolon, but whenever I do, I'm gonna build her for sure. I mean, she's not gonna be better than 5 stars, but like she's gonna be pretty good. Like she's really nice. And when it comes to, you know, fun characters that I want to build, when I say fun, I want to build Arlan. I'll be honest. I do have a video in the pipeline talking about which are the worst characters in the game, and not to spoil anything, but like Arlan is somewhere there, and I do want to build him just to see how far I can take him with a Dolphin account. Like I don't have like any E6 R5 characters that would make any DPS good, but I want to see how much my account would take Arlan. Like. I think it would be fun, a fun experiment, especially since I do have some decent light cones that would work really well on him. But yeah, I think those are the characters that I have in mind. Kind of in the same vein, I can show you some of the teams that I've been like my go-to teams, if you will. This is my, okay. I do use Acheron in this team because exploration, like it's better for exploration and for simulated universe because you can speedrun that shit. But this is officially the dot team that I use. Such a nice team, all mommies as you can see. Except for Loacha, he's a we just need to replace Loacha with the mommy, but this team is my favorite team by far. Such a nice team. I love dot teams, I'll be honest. And I think other teams, I think I use Mono Quantum quite often. Well, not as often actually, but I do use Mono Quantum. I replace Zele with QQ depending on the content. I even sometimes run, the good thing about this team, you can slot in a different element, and depending on the matchup with enemies, you can make it work. Like I run Doctor Ratio with this team quite often, for example. If the enemy has either the imaginary weakness or the quantum weakness or both, that could also work pretty well. Other than that, I do use Argenti in Pure Fiction, for example. This team is alright. And again, like the Sparkle and Ruan-Mei, quite universal, I would say. Especially Ruan-Mei, but Sparkle is good with any like hyper carry DPS. This used to be the team that I used a lot when I had Blade. But of course not anymore. Like you can replace, in this case, Bronya with Sparkle. Well, I have Sparkle here, but I think it used to be instead of Sparkle, of course, here. I think I used to run Pela, for example. I think I put Welt at some point because they work just fine. Like Welt can be ran in most teams. And I think once I got Topaz, I ran Topaz. I think it's the 6th team as well. Yeah, there you go. This was a team that I used to run as well quite a bit. And yeah, this is another team, Jingliu. Do I have another team for Jingliu? Yeah, there you go. This is a really good team for Jingliu, for example. And of course, I still need to do better speed tuning for this team because I just changed my Jingliu from being like minimum speed to now. I think she's at 143 speed, which means I don't need Sparkle to be hyper speed anymore. I mentioned this earlier, but I want to have her be tuned with Bronya as well, so I can put them in hyper carry teams together, which make it really good. Can make it really good. And yeah, Doctor Ratio. This is a nice team. I of course would have preferred if I had Aventurine here instead, but we work with what we have. And potentially also whenever we get Robin, I think she's going to be really good in this slot. Can even run Ruan-Mei and stuff, but Civil War works really well with Doctor Ratio. But to be honest, a lot of characters do have debuffs more than you think, right? Like you don't need as many debuffs as Civil Wolf gives you to make Doctor Ratio work. You can make some other characters, like even Topaz and herself, just by having the mark that she gives to do more damage for follow-ups. That in itself with Doctor Ratios reducing effect resistance and some other stuff, you can get the stacks for him pretty easily. Like you don't need a dedicated debuffer, as good of a debuffer as Civil Wolf to make him work. So yeah. And then of course Acheron, same logic is like you can replace Civil Wolf with like Sparkle is nice. You can put even Ruan-Mei. She kind of gives the debuff as well. So yeah, like you can make a lot of characters work in these cases, but yeah, this is also another nice team. And as I mentioned earlier, like this team is my favorite, and I usually slot in Acheron instead of Ruan-Mei for like exploration and for simulated universe, because yeah, she makes that stuff trivial. Not trivial in that sense, but like I can speedrun stuff. But yeah, these are some of my go-to teams, and this is like a drop in the bucket. Like you know how it is, like you can mix and match a lot of characters, and that's why I like having characters on my account, even though it's a pain to farm for them. It gives you that you can build different teams, which makes it quite fun. That's one of the main fun things that I like doing in the game. And yeah, and the last thing I kind of wanted to talk about is like looking into the future, but was gonna change the account. So I still haven't picked up this, as I said, like the additional reward thing. I'm planning to pick up Clara. Depending on what's gonna happen with the Robin banner, it's either gonna be Clara or E1 Bronya. If I do get Clara somehow, I mean, that means I'm wishing for to lose the 50-50. I'm not wishing for that. I'm just saying, like, if it happens for me to lose the 50-50 and I get Clara, which is very unlikely, but if it happens, then I can go for E1. And if I get E1 from, well, even if I get the E1 or I don't, I'm planning to go for Clara because I think we have enough good characters that work with Clara now. I really want to build her. Even when I made a secondary account, I didn't get her. So I really want to build her, and even got her light cone and everything. I have a bunch of good destruction light cones, so I really want to build her. I think she's fun in Simulated Universe as well, so yeah, there's that. But that means I should go for Aventry. Okay, no. I'm not gonna, you know. There are too many good characters. Speaking of that, I'm still contemplating going for Aventry or not, I'll be honest. Not because like, oh, he's better than Loocha or whatever. No. I like shielders more than healers, I'll be honest. Even when it comes to Simulated Universe and stuff, it's more fun to have like shielders. You can go for like preservation path and all of that stuff. And also he works with follow-up attack teams, which is my second favorite teams after dot teams. I just want them to release more, how do you say it, like more follow-up support, if you will, because some of the follow-up support we have is like, it's all right. Like we have Topaz, which is a dedicated, if you will, she's like a sub DPS, but she's kind of like a buffer for those teams. But she also is a follow-up attacker. But I want them to maybe like release a Harmony character that might work well with, well, I mean, I guess we have Ruan Mei and stuff, but like dedicated, like literally, oh, it says, oh, this, you know, character buffs follow-ups, kind of thing, you know, just to make it a character that is, but I guess I'm wishing for a character that is a bit more niche. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. But when it comes to the upcoming characters, I'm gonna potentially edit in the characters that I'm talking about here. And the characters that are upcoming, of course, we have in 2.2 we have Robin, and I'm definitely going for Robin. Not just because, oh, she's gonna be a really good buffer, she's gonna be universal, kind of nearly as universal as Ruan Mei and all of that stuff. No. I loved her since I saw the 2.0 you know, the animation thing that they did, the one with the White Knight song. That shit's so good. Go watch it, by the way, if you haven't. But yeah, whenever I saw her in the car, I'm like, okay, who is she and when is she coming? Because she's coming home for sure. So yeah, we're definitely going for Robin. Boot Hill, since I'm going for Robin, I'm probably skipping Boot Hill. Because we also know who's coming in 2.3, which is Hotaru, or Firefly, and then Jade. Out of these two, I'm gonna be definitely going for Hotaru. I'm gonna get her light cone 100%. I don't give a shit if it's good or not. Even though I have so many good destruction light codes, I don't care. I'm going for her light cone. To be fair, I do not need, but like one of the things that I miss on my account is a good fire DPS. Like I do have Himiko, she's good in Pure Fiction, but I don't have like something for MOC. And Topaz is all right, but she's not like a main DPS. I need like, it's nice that Hotaru is gonna be you know, a fire DPS. And the funny thing is, like, I really liked Sam whenever I saw him when they introduced him. So knowing that Hotaru is also Sam is like the icing on the cake. It's so good. Like I was gonna pull for both of them anyway, so I'm getting a 2-for-1 in this case. Jade on the other side, on the other hand, man, I have a love-hate relationship with the Erudition characters. It's like they're nice for the content they're supposed to be good in, like in Pure Fiction, for example, but generally they're not good in single target and like MOC in general, except for some few exceptions, of course. And of course, it depends on the content in MOC, but And the other thing is like she's gonna replace one of my favorite 4-star characters in QQ. Just because like, of course, the match in Element and in Path. So I'm guessing she's gonna be like a power crept version. Not version in that sense, like, oh, she's gonna do exactly the same thing. No. But like, she fills the same shoes, if you will. Like you would use her in Mono Quantum and stuff like that. Maybe you can use her in Hypercarrier as well, but I guess you can do that with QQ too. But my point is like that overlap might turn me off. I think I'm gonna reserve the judgment for Jade depending on the characters that are gonna be coming in 2.4. So we'll see. It's too early to tell, but I know for sure I'm going for Hotaru. Like there's no ifs or buts about it. And yeah. Oh, one last thing I forgot to talk about. I kind of totally forgot about this, but these are the light cones that I have. Now it comes to the 4 stars. I have a bunch of decent 4 stars. There are some 4 stars that I somehow don't have at higher superimposition, like this one, for example. I have no clue why I don't have this at higher superimposition. Same with this one. Like, Good Night Sleep Well, like, it's such a good light cone, but I still have it at S2. And it's one of those light cones that you actually want to have at superimposition. But yeah, I just never got lucky. And when it comes to the 5 stars, I of course have most of the, nearly all of the Herda light cones, except for the Nihility one, because I didn't really need it. I have a bunch of other Nihility light cones. And it's, in most cases, it's like a worse version of those 4 stars somehow, so yeah. But when it comes to the 5 stars, yeah, as I said, like the Herda ones, and then the ones that I got from the standard banner, I got 2 of these, and I got 1 of these. I think I got 2 of these from the standard banner. I got this one when I lost the 7525 in Blades banner. And you might have noticed I do have 2 copies of this, but what happened is, in Blades banner, I didn't have a good Blade light cone, even, I didn't even have Secret Vow. And Secret Vow was featured in that banner, so I was like, you know what, let me go for a couple of copies, like a couple of pulls, maybe I'll get Secret Vow. And I did get a bunch of Secret Vows, but at that point I was in too deep. Like, I did the first 10 pull, I lost the 7525, and I was pissed. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm getting the Blade light cone. I lost my patience. And what ended up happening is after 70 pulls, I get 2 of them in the same 10 pull. So that's why I have 2 of these. Now I kept this one aside because I'm thinking I might get it, or like I might level it up for a different character at some point. But I very recently got this light cone, like literally, I think yesterday. I did a random 10 pull on Jingli Yu's light cone banner because I kind of wanted to upgrade her from this light cone. And literally the first 10 pull, and I just got the Acheron light cone before that. Literally the first 10 pull, I got this and I was so happy. I'm like, oh my god, it's Destruction. Nope. It's this one. It's not Jingli Yu's. So I guess a bright side is I got it super early. I'm happy with that, of course. And also I have guaranteed for whatever next light cone, which is probably going to be Hotaru's light cone. So yeah. But when it comes to the, you know, like featured character light cones, Blade, I got the Blade one, I got the Black Swan one, and I got the Acheron one. A reason is it's generally quite common, like often the same reason, which is like, okay, I don't have a good option for this character. Like, for example, Blade, I don't have a good light cone for him. Okay, might as well go for his featured. For Black Swan, it's more like I really like the aesthetic of this light cone. Call me weak, but this shit looks so good. And also, of course, it's such a good light cone compared to the other options that it was warranted in my eyes. And I had the resources as well. And of course, Acheron kind of falls in the same category, which is like the featured light cone is such a good, like, it's way and leaps beyond the other options, basically. Although, to be fair, the free-to-play option that they're going to be bringing next patch is actually pretty good. If they release it with Acheron, I would probably skip this light cone. I don't regret it per se, but you get my point. It's like, generally, if I have a good free-to-play option, or not just free-to-play, but like even like a gacha option from the 4 stars, I would generally go for that. But since I didn't, I went for the featured one, which is kind of small tangent here, but like it seems like a quite the pattern with the recent light cones for featured 5 stars. Like there's such a good light cone, but only for that character. Like yeah, there are exceptions to the rule, but like in most cases, oh, this light cone is only gonna work great on this character, but it might be okay-ish for other characters, nearly as good as some of the, let's say, the Herda light cone or some of the 4 stars. So it's not like a huge upgrade even for other characters, which I'm not super happy with. Like some of the like earlier light cones, like the Zele light cone was still quite universal for most characters, even now. Like I want more generic 5-star light cones. That would be nice. But most of the light cones they've been releasing recently is like, oh, okay. Yeah, this light cone only works for this character. Every other character is gonna be mid, basically. So yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is where my account is at. I'll just do a quick scroll on the other light cones. I try to keep also like some copies of these 3 stars just in case. Meshing Cogs is always like a good one. I can't recommend this enough, even though I don't use it. But since I have better options, but overall it's a really good one. But yeah, I think yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you liked the account review. I rambled for like half an hour, and as I said, like I'm doing this in one take, so I hope I didn't miss anything. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, of course, definitely press that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Honkai Star Rail videos. Not just Honkai Star Rail. I'm such a gacha games fan, and yeah, and if you watch Twitch, you can catch me live on twitch.tv/Isora. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.